Angles. Let's take a look at this topic, everything that we need to know about angles. So angles in a triangle. In a right angled triangle, there's always a 90 degrees somewhere. In an isosceles triangle, the bottom two angles are always the same. In an equilateral triangle, all angles are equal, which is always 60 degrees. In a scalene triangle, all angles are different. And remember, angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. So that means all three angles. Next, what we need to know about is angles in a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is any four-sided shape. For example, square, rectangle, rhombus, and even a parallelogram. And the rule is all angles add up to 360 degrees. Another rule you need to know about for a parallelogram is that the opposites are always equal. And they still all add up to 360. Angles in a triangle, it's always 180 degrees. Angles in a circle, so all the way around, is always 360 degrees. Then you need to know the types of angles. So we have acute angle, which is less than 90 degrees. Then we have a right angle, which is always 90 degrees. Then a straight line, which is always 180 degrees. Obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees, but less than a straight line. And then lastly, we have the reflex angle, which is more than a straight line, but less than a circle. Let's have a go at some exam questions. So in the diagram, ABC is a triangle, and we're given two angles of 50 degrees and 60 degrees. Work out the size of the angle marked X. So first of all, let's identify what type of triangle this is. Looking at this, it's a scalene triangle. And remember, angles in a triangle always add up to 180 degrees. So what we need to do is 180, take away 60 degrees, and take away 50 degrees to give us 70. So that means this inside angle here is going to be 70 degrees. Now we still need to get to the other side. So what we can see is a straight line. So angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So what we have to do is 180, take away 70 to give us 110. So that means X is equal to 110 degrees. Let's have a go at another exam question. Work out the size of angle A. So looking at this, we can see this is a quadrilateral. So remember the rules. Angles in a quadrilateral always add up to 360 degrees. So let's take away all our numbers, all the angles that we have been given. And this is going to give us 42 degrees. So that means A is 42. Let's have a go at another exam question. So PQ is a straight line. Work out the size of an angle marked X. As we can see, there's a straight line, so the angle X is sitting on a straight line, and we have 126 given to us. So what we can do is 180 minus the 126, which is going to give us 54 degrees. So that means X is equal to 54 degrees. Part B, work out the size of an angle marked Y. If we look at this triangle, we can see this is an isosceles triangle. So that means the bottom two angles are equal. So as X is 54, that means the other side is also going to be 54. So using this information, we know that angles in a triangle add up to 180. So we just take away 54 and another 54, and this is going to give us 72 degrees. That means Y is equal to 72. The last part says, give reasons for your answer. So that means for part A and B. So when they ask for reasons, it's basically our rules. So what did we use? Angles on a straight line, and we used angles on an isosceles triangle. So we just put both of those there, and that gives us our marks. And that's